we got the measurements we need for the Mack pack, so at least we can get that thing ordered. I do need to take measurements of the boom bales where all of our blocks are for the main sheet block. You tighten down the main sheet, you tighten up the topping lift. You go 12 inches up on the topping lift, and that's an imaginary dimension that you measure up to the top of the stack and down to the mast at the gooseneck. You also measured the total stacking height, and I think those are the only dimensions.
P dimension.
Oh, then you got to have the full hoist, so that they know a percentage of how far down to set the cheek blocks for the lazy jacks that are built into the Mack pack. So right here, we do have a specific conflict for the wrap around the boom, but I think they can accommodate that. We've got about, I don't know, an inch and a half, something like that, to this clutch. So we'll have to take that into consideration. Where they set the lazy jacks along the foot of the sail, there's pad eyes that get popped, riveted, or screwed to the bottom of the boom. Those are going to have to be taken into consideration along with our main sheet blocking and the boom bales for those. So the other day we got our Mack pack delivered, and what it came with was installation instructions. They also have YouTube videos on how to install it. We ordered a tall bracket for the end of the boom to hitch the bag to at the back end, so you don't have to tie it to the topping lift. A bunch of hardware, cleats, cheek blocks. We ordered ours in cadet gray. It comes with the little pulls that open zipper. Came with a bunch of pre-spliced double braid with blocks already installed. A couple of these lines with eye splices and thimbles. Because we have a loose foot main, they also installed these little taggers at the end. This thing slides in our boom, the top groove in the boom. So the first thing you're supposed to do is get it up on the boom. With a loose foot main, in order to do that, we need to start at the back and feed it in the sail slot. Alright, so I got this thing flaked out on the boom, and if you drag it up, made a couple of marks, put a piece of tape here to kind of mark the bottom of the little turn button that goes inside this thing, and then that'll determine the height at which I can set the other fitting. So here's a little trick I learned from another Tiana owner named Charlie on SV Camelilla. Take your tap, squirt a little bit of this stuff on there, and what it does is it clings on to the tap shavings, and it doesn't mess up your halyards, and it keeps everything clean. So now what you got, instead of all these shavings fouling your halyards, what you got is this goo that retrieves all the aluminum shavings. So thanks, Charlie. Really digging it. Uh-oh. Big problem. The little hooky thing that hooks the top of the sail cover. Yeah, that was supposed to be tapped with a 1024, and I drilled and tapped with a quarter 20. So luckily I had some spare quarter 20s down at the shed, and center to center everything fit. So lucky. Is this little hook thing, and the screws that hold it on, these are quarter 20 now, but they were supposed to be 1024s. Looks like I got a good tug on the sail bag. Here's the little twisty thing down at the bottom. Now I gotta drill, tap, install this one, and then move to the other side. We got this one, and we got this one. 1, 2, 3. Pretty good so far. All right, so I measured up 28 feet, got a mark right here, and these are where the cheek blocks are gonna go. So, oh, drought reef. Ah, brother. So these are the lines for the lazy jacks. And those have blocks on them, so they gotta go through the front side. And this one should feed through the front side. So here's everything installed, and the lazy jacks have a hoisting line for lifting and easing it. You can take them all the way back to the mast and get them out of the way when you're sailing. I haven't noticed too much problems with it when we run the sail up. The lazy jacks aren't really in the way. I did have to install some pad eyes down here for each of these legs of the lazy jacks, and then those just get a stopper knotted on each side. Then we've got this fancy little continuous zipper that just runs along this line. Open it up. Take off the thing. There's your headboard. And you hoist the sail. It spills really nice. We tried it out this last weekend, and the sail just, this strong track and this sail bag is just a good combination. Everything just falls right in the bag. Boom. Done deal. And Mack Sails has some detailed videos on installation as well. They've got a lot of good information on their website. Watched it about a dozen times before I started drilling holes in the mast. So that's the sail bag. If you don't have a sail bag and lazy jacks, you don't know what you're missing. This is easy. Point into the wind, drop the sail, bag it up, done deal. So thanks for watching. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you got any questions or comments, leave them down below and we'll answer them. And you can also check us out on Instagram at SV_Rambleon and Facebook, SV Rambleon also. Later.